is Eva. I am a part of Climate-KIC entrepreneurship and solutions team. And I'm mainly working on one of the projects of us that's really interesting. It's called Circular Innovation Clusters. And we're focusing in this program on Kenya and India. So the program is looking specifically at waste management challenges in both countries, and we do this specifically for Kenya in Nairobi and for India in Bengaluru. And both cities have quite a history with managements around waste management. There's a lot of demographic growth over the last decades, which has caused quite some challenges around how to manage the different waste streams that both cities are dealing with. And yeah, for different stakeholders in those cities, there's quite some problems that will be caused by this waste generation. So in general, for the citizens in those cities, having to kind of manage their own waste, like how do we process our own waste? What do we do with it? That becomes quite difficult because there's so much different organizations involved in waste management, and it's quite difficult for citizens to know, how do I deal with my own waste? Where do I leave it? Who's going to pick it up? So that's kind of a challenge that this project is looking at. What we're trying to aim to do with this program is to bring together different stakeholders in both cities to work around this challenge of waste management. Like, how can we improve smart solutions, smart innovations around waste management? And we're trying to bring together the stakeholders that in a normal situation don't really work together so much. So you can imagine that for a lot of cities like Nairobi and Bengaluru, there's a lot of different stakeholders involved in this system. And the problem is that there's not a lot of communication and collaboration between those different actors, which makes it a bit difficult to come up with solutions that are impactful and help different types of people that have to deal with this issue of waste management. For the methodology of the project, I think I can explain a little bit around what we mean with an innovation cluster. So since this project is focusing on circular economy solutions, so how can we actually design solutions that reduce the generation of waste, and how can we make sure that we kind of close the loop? That's the whole idea around circular economy. And we applied those principles to our innovation cluster methodology, which is basically trying to bring together different stakeholders that are active in waste management. And we're really trying to bring the ecosystem together. So, of course, we have a lot of companies and private sector actors that are working on this topic. But we also have a lot of nonprofit organizations and governmental institutions that are involved in managing waste. We are, that's kind of how we try to focus on this program. And this project is being performed for IKEA Foundation. And in both cities, we work with a local partner. So for Kenya and Nairobi, we work with Growth Africa. They have quite a lot of experience in circular economy ecosystem in Kenya and Nairobi specifically. And for India, Bengaluru, we work with Second Muse. And Second Muse is also a very experienced organization that works a lot with startups, with different organizations, with government institutions around circular economy solutions. So they are in both cities. We work with these local partners that support us in really setting up these innovation clusters, because that requires a lot of collaboration in those countries and making sure that we connect to the right stakeholders. Trying to bring together different people to help think about the solutions for waste management improvement. So what we're actually doing, what are kind of activities that we're doing in this program is we're currently in a sort of implementation phase. So we had our first phase was focusing a bit more on understanding the ecosystems in both cities. So for example, in Nairobi, what is the status of the ecosystem? How many organizations are already working on waste management, on circular economy? How mature are those solutions? Is it already like very developed, or is it just still something that's growing? And for India, we did the same. So we did a sort of understanding the system, and after that, we moved into our implementation phase. And now, currently, we're starting with some of Climate-KIC's methodologies that we're already using in different programs and projects. So we have the CLIM Accelerator. The CLIM Accelerator is a program where we bring together startups to work around the solution, like finding solutions for waste management innovations. So we're having a cohort now for Bangalore in India, and also a cohort for Kenya and Nairobi. For example, the focus of both cities, we're going to look at solutions that look a little bit more to designing out waste. So how can we actually reduce waste? Next to the accelerator, we also have our journey program, which is going to be done in both cities. So the journey is a program for students and postgraduates that want to work on a challenge-based program for 2 weeks. So it's quite an intensive program. And we bring together these different younger people that work around these solutions, and we connect them to coaches and to experts in the field, and to help them mature innovative solutions and ideas for waste management in both cities. So the ideas that are being developed, for example, it could potentially be that some of those ideas are really impactful, and we would use them in our continuing programs that we're going to run. So we're going to have, for example, an incubation program where we also hope to include some of the solutions that come from, for example, the journey program. So really to make sure that innovations that are very impactful or promising, that we can help them mature over the next 2 years. And I think the next point to mention is that we also have a stakeholder forum in both cities. And the stakeholder forum is focusing a bit more on how can we bring together the different players in the ecosystem. So from the private sector, from the public sector, and from the nonprofit sector. And how can we bring them together in a room and let them discuss the challenges around how to mature solutions, how to, for example, bring in funding to support entrepreneurs that work on circular economy solutions around waste management. So we are running, currently we're running the various programs that I just mentioned before, and we're going to do a similar action next year in 2025. We're going to run another accelerator program. We're also going to have different sessions around our stakeholder forum. And we're always really curious and interested to be connected to organizations that are active in the waste management ecosystem, or, for example, want to support startups better. So if there's organizations and actors out there that are interested in learning more about how they can actually support startups that work on waste management solutions, they can join our stakeholder forum sessions. And if you're an entrepreneur yourself, it's also you're very welcome to join the conversations that we have there, and also keep up to date around our new accelerator program that will run in 2025. And if you're interested to learn more and have a conversation or understand a bit better the program, you can reach out to me over email, and then you can have a chat.